Webheads, December 22nd is a very special day. You know why? No, it's not because it's just new comic book day. It's because it's my wife's birthday. Happy birthday, honey. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I am bringing you my top 10 most anticipated comics for December 22nd, 2021. That's right, guys. Hopefully this list will help you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And there's some really good comics out here. I had to leave some off of the list, but I just wanted to say real quick, happy birthday to my wife. I just want to dedicate this video to her because she deals with me doing all this comic book stuff all the time, all these videos and stuff. So this one is for her. So again, happy birthday to Mrs. Spider Slayer. All right, guys. So before we jump into it, I just want to mention a quick shout out to Mutant Beaver Comics. Mutant Beaver Comics is a global leader specializing in exclusive variants with over 900 exclusives in their store. They ship worldwide on a daily basis. Their mandate is to offer the widest selection of exclusive variants on the planet, along with top-notch customer service. If you guys enter promo code Corner10, and not only can you save 10% on your first purchase, but every other purchase after that. So don't miss out on those exclusives. MutantBeaverComics.com. All right, so now, guys, we're jumping into the hot seat. Now, this hot seat book is a book I'm definitely thinking about dropping if it does not pick up after this issue, and this one's going to Robin's issue 2. This is titled Being Robin Part 2. Now, you had all the former Robins come together and talk about their feelings about, did it pay off for us to be a Robin and, you know, and being Batman's sidekick? And my answer to that is, yeah, it did pay off. I know you went through some traumas, trials, tribulations, and everything like that, but you wouldn't all know each other. There would not be the Bat family, right? So, yeah, definitely it paid off, but we have to tell this story. We have to sit around a table and eat chips and cereal and, you know, and talk about our feelings with each other. And then at the end of the book, you wind up finding out there's this mystery Robin that you don't even know about that's evil. It's got some pale face, and that was like it. There was some like crime family association to it as well. I wasn't very fond of the artwork either. It kind of was too much like manga style, and I just feel like if you want to make a freaking manga book, go ahead and make a manga Batman book and put it on the shelves. You don't have to make it into your comic books, right? And I get that's you're trying to make it relevant, but you don't need to try so hard. It just seemed awkward and weird, and you know, the last page hooked me. So that's why I'm giving this book a second try. But if it wasn't for that last page, I was like, no, I'm dropping this. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it picks up. 32 pages for this book, and it is a $4 book. And so what's the book that's on the rise for me? Well, I think this is not necessarily a book on the rise just for me, but I think it's going to be on the rise for a lot of people because they're going to want to check this one out. And this is Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. This is issue 2. Now, issue 1 had a little bit of a setup. I felt it was a little slow, maybe not everyone's style of artwork in this, but Kate Bishop does meet her sister. She gets reunited with her sister at some chateau, and I guess, you know, her sister tricked her to take this particular case because if she knew her sister was asking for help, she wouldn't come. And supposedly there's this missing kid, and she has to go find this kid, and there's some deep dark secrets that are going on in this place, and they don't want her to find out about it. So it was a little all over the place, the first issue. Also, it wasn't my favorite read, but being the popularity that the show has, I think people are going to want to check this out. So hopefully the second issue does pick up a little bit. I'm going to definitely check this second issue out. I'm probably going to read the entire series no matter what happens, because I think Kate Bishop is a really great character, and I think the way Disney Plus depictates her is exactly the way I've always read her. I think they do a great job with it, so hopefully they continue that here. And this is 28 pages, and this is $4. Let's officially kick off this countdown with number 10. And once again, number 10 goes to The Amazing Spider-Man issue 82. I'm trying to remember what happened. I mean, we get an issue every single week, and I haven't even read issue 81 yet, right? Because it hasn't come out. But I read that Point issue that came out, and Peter Parker's already out of his coma, based off of the help of Dr. Octopus and his Aunt May. And that was actually a pretty good issue. So here at this point, we're going on issue 82. There's something going on in this particular hospital bed, in this hospital, and Peter Parker and MJ are going to try to stop it. Now, what can Peter actually do in the hospital, especially still recovering from this coma? Not sure. We'll see. This could be an interesting tale. It's always cool when you get to see MJ and Peter work together, because they don't get to do it all that often. But when these characters are together, it does make the book better. So if you're following legacy numbering, this is 883, and this is 28 pages. So let's move on to number 9. And you're probably going to be like, wow, this is dropping hard for you, Mike. And this one is Venom issue 3. This is number 9 on the list. So far, when it's come to Venom, I think it's an okay book. It's nothing that's surprising me or wowing me at this point. I feel like it's definitely going to be a slow burn story where it's going to have to be about, Dylan and Eddie. You're going to see different story arcs of each character. And in the last issue, you basically just got to see Dylan run from some people that want to capture him. That came from the Carnage series that just came out. They want to capture the symbiote. And I feel like, yeah, we've seen this before. And we wind up getting to see a female that's friends with Eddie by the name of Archer find Dylan and, kind of take him with her. So who is this character? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out more about that. Also, we're going to see the ramifications of the Venom symbiote bonding with Dylan. I really did think that because Eddie is related to Dylan, that the symbiote would naturally bond to it. But based off of the description of this comic book, it doesn't seem that way. It just seems like they're not getting along the way they should be. So does the symbiote start to take over Dylan? I don't know. We'll see. This is legacy numbering 203, 28 pages, $4. Let's move on to number 8, and now we have Moon Knight issue 6. Here's the little description that it gives. Beaten, bloody, his world burning down around him. This was how the Moon Knight was born, and now it's happening all over again. Outmaneuvered, outgunned, outplanned, Moon Knight's mysterious enemy has strode out of the shadows to strike, and when his villain strikes, they strike true at the mercy of a maniac. Will Moon Knight die yet again? I don't know. Probably not. This is legacy numbering 206. Jed MacKay's done a fabulous job of writing the character. I was never a fan of Moon Knight, but Jed MacKay does something special with certain characters that makes you like them. He did that with the Black Cat series, where I've always loved Felicia as a character, but she never had her own book long enough to where you really enjoyed it. And he made her awesome, and he's making Moon Knight a fantastic character and getting people excited about the show, probably, right? Because this is such a well-written book. So again, guys, 28 pages, $4. Check it out. It seemed a little while since this last book came out, and coming in at number 7, this one goes to Catwoman Lonely City issue 2. done by Cliff Chang. This is a phenomenal book. This is basically like Old Man Logan. So this is old man or old woman Catwoman, right? And this is Selena, I think, what was it? How old was she? If you guys remember, let me know. I think she was in her 50s, I think, in here, and she got released on jail, and now they purposely released her just so Two-Face can kind of get reelected again as mayor, by showing that she is still this super villain and they want to capture her or set her up. She originally got set up for Batman's death because in this world, Batman is dead. Excuse me, can't talk like usual. But this is a great book. The artwork is outstanding. It's an oversized format, so the pages are a lot bigger and it kind of pops out at you while you're reading it. If you did not read issue 1 and you can get it on the stands, which I'm not sure you can or not, I definitely suggest it, especially if you like the Catwoman character. So yeah, check this one out, guys. This one is 48 pages, $7. It reads really well. So coming in at number 6, we have House of Slaughter issue 3. Now, I think from this point forward, you're not going to see a Marvel or a DC book on this list because the independents these days have been kicking some serious ass. I got a new series getting ready to come out at the beginning of the year that has to deal with independent comic books, where it's going to be like my top 10 most pulled indies each week. So you get to know which are the best indies to kind of check out right now. And because for 2021, they have definitely hit it out of the park for me. So anyway, going back to this countdown, number 6, House of Slaughter, issue 3. This is pretty cool because this is a story about Aaron and his, I guess maybe his former lover, Chase, where you got to see him inducted into the House of Slaughter. You got to learn about his little avatar monster. It's like you cut it open, it gets released. He has to get initiated into the house, and that was a great story. And you get to see all the different little factions within the house and whatnot. This is just a good story in the Something is Killing the Children universe. I do miss Erica Slaughter. You get to see her a little bit in, bits and pieces in this series. But again, this is more about the character of Aaron and this new character by the name of Chase. So really cool stuff here. Definitely recommend it. This is a $4 comic. Coming in at number 5, this one is Chicken Devil issue 3. This is done by Aftershock Comics. Now, this book is so good. I didn't know what to expect when I first read this book. I'm like, this kind of looks out there, right? But when I read the first issue, I was like, man, this guy makes chicken. He has a fast food joint and his partner's stashing heroin in his restaurants. And now these goons are after him. And to get payback, they blew up this boat that they were supposed to escape on. But the lead character actually had his family on the boat, so his whole family died. And then in the second issue, you just get to see more of them running away from these bad guys and frantically trying to come up with a plan to stay ahead of them. This is just an awesome balls to the walls type of book. The artwork is a little bit out there. It's very frantic, but it's meant to be that way because, again, these guys are running away from these guys, these heroin, these drug dealers, whatever they are. And it's kind of cool. It starts off with this guy being a chicken guy, and he runs around in a chicken mascot costume to try to go undercover. There's some humor in here in a very serious and maybe at times dark comic, but this is a great book. Definitely a recommend. I don't know if you can find issues 1 or 2 now, but if you can, definitely check it out. It's so much fun, guys. $5. Coming in at number 4, we have a Gunslinger Spawn. This is issue 3, and something about Spawn and vampires. They always are fighting each other. There's always this war against them, right? And so this one is called Vampires, Guns, and Blood. The gunslinger tries to protect the young man helping him, but comes face to face with a new villain from the Western past. And unfortunately, this could only lead to the return of a much more dangerous plot run by one supervillain Gunslinger can't defeat. Now, Gunslinger Spawn is so well done because he's got a human kid with him that helps him kind of guide him in this century. He didn't even know, like, he thought the outhouse in a real house was out of this world. Like, he couldn't believe that people would shit inside their house. That was in the last issue, and that was hilarious. So again, he helps him get him through the struggles of the 21st century, and then Gunslinger protects him from all the bad guys, right? And there's a history with this kid, and it is a great book. So I cannot say enough things about it. And if you like Brett Booth's artwork, it's really well done. Also, the art just explodes off the page. It's so dynamic, it's so kinetic, it's full of energy. Great stuff. $3. You can't beat the price for this comic. Definitely check it out. We move on to number 3, and number 3 goes to a Kyle Higgins book. This one goes to Radiant Black issue 11. It's titled Awake. So I guess we're getting ready to go into, maybe it's a official new story arc. I'm not 100% sure. But we got to see the original Radiant Black, which is it Nathan? You know, I always get the two connected. Because Marshall was the guy that went to go bring back the original Radiant Black character, right? He went into their universe, he passed the test, and he brought him back from whatever universe they were at, and he's awake from his coma now. And now, is Nathan going to be Radiant Black, or is Marshall going to be Radiant Black? Like, what's going to happen now? So this is a really great story. I honestly truly enjoy the character work in this book, and we have other Radiant characters going on through here. And I bought that Blacklight special with the last issue of it, and you read that book under a blacklight, dude, it's like so trippy. It took you to a completely different universe. But man, I can't wait to see where this story goes from here now. So definitely read Radiant Black. This is 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 2, you guys are going to be happy to see this book. And I thought it was the return of the book, but it's just a special. It's just an annual. This is NOCTERRA Blacktop Bill Special. So if you've been wondering who Blacktop Bill is, guys, you're going to find out who this dude is. This is a one-shot issue that witnesses the horror that awaits our heroes as Scott Snyder, legendary artist Denny Cowan present a penny dreadful you won't soon forget. That is the description that it says. So yeah, it's just a standalone book when it comes to Blacktop Bill. Dude, I can't wait for this book. Some of the variant covers pay homage to classic Amazing Spider-Man covers, so you're going to probably want to pick those up if they're available also. But this villain is so mysterious. He's just black. That's all you've seen with him, and his teeth. So let's see what happens. Hopefully he does not disappoint. 32 pages, $4. So what's number 1 on the list? Well, guys, it's got to go to DC's Nightwing issue 87. This special Nightwing issue 1 is one continuous image. So if you were to take out all the pages of this comic book, it would make one large poster. That is insane, right? How do you tell a story that way? So this is definitely something very different. I can't wait for this. And then hopefully it's getting back to the story that we were reading before all of Fear State came into play, and we get our regular artists back as well. And it looks like they're trying to steal his dog as well, the bad guys here. So I don't know, man. I just can't wait to read this book or see this book. And I think Tom Taylor is doing a bang-up job with this, and in DC altogether, and I congratulate him on actually getting an exclusive contract with DC Comics. I think that's so well done. I think when it comes to the two the big two, I think he writes much better in DC than he does in Marvel. Even though he did Dark Ages over there, I just think he gets the characters a little bit more in the DC universe. So looking forward to Nightwing issue 87. And there you have it, guys. There are my top 10 most anticipated comics of the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I want to know what you're looking forward to this particular comic book week. And as always, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. Don't forget to hit on some of this other content right here. And of course, guys, always remember to buy, collect, and read your comic books. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.